Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and joining me this week is the man who picked me up as a child and threw me into a volcano, and I came back with the power of the devil gene. It's Mikey G. Wolfie 3. Hello, Mikey.
Tekken's story is atrocious.
I've been watching Tekken lore videos, and it's really interesting because it's like any kind of fighting game. It's a fucking mess.
And none of it was in the game.
Yeah, it was all in like manuals, and it's an interesting story, but it's so poorly told. I remember I love Tekken 2 and I love Tekken 3, but I had no idea what the fuck was happening or who the fuck it was.
Why was there a raptor with boxing gloves?
Because the Mishima Foundation made them in genetic labs from Dr. Boskonovich.
Why did that bear try to give that panda a set of flowers and then was knocked back?
See, this is the confusing part, because not all of the endings are canon.
Yeah.
And I wish the game would tell you which endings are canon and go, this one's yes, no.
Tekken 10 or 12 or whatever, just like to reference that moment where Kuma and Panda had that crossing by, and he was just like, and I was changed from that day.
I want the moment where Heihachi and Li Xiaolang remember that time where Heihachi had a bomb attached to his neck and had to wear G-string and a bow tie and serve Li Xiaolang cocktails.
Yep.
I never bring that up again.
I want to see Yoshimitsu go to a fucking orphanage.
Why?
Because that was like lots of plot stuff in Tekken. I always thought, oh, Devil Gene, what's going on there? Why does he have wings? Blah blah. But the thing that always stuck with me: Yoshimitsu is a space pirate who gives all his money to orphanages.
No, he is not a space pirate.
He's a space pirate.
He is not a space pirate.
What is he?
He is a Japanese warrior who learned the Mandara techniques or something like that, and is a Robin Hood kind of character. And every weird, funky-ass design seems to be a new set of armor that he found, but he also has cybernetic limbs, which is why he can fly. Are you recording then, Mr. Mikey?
Pirate. I am indeed.
He's not. Then, sir, it's weird because he's connected to the Yoshimitsu from Soul Calibur as well.
Yeah,
there are two Yoshimitsus,
and they're multiple universe fighting guys.
Yeah,
I'm surprised we haven't had an official crossover.
It's bizarre. It's interesting. Yeah,
except that one time Heihachi showed up in it.
I think Japanese fighting games are one of those things that you can point at and go, so what's Japan? That's Japan.
In all its wonder.
Yeah, that's Japanese storytelling. It can go so wrong sometimes, but it can be a fucking ride. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Tekken. Not yet, anyway. Once it comes down in price and I can buy it, I'll probably be getting Tekken 7 because I want to play as Geese Howard. Because Geese Howard's fucking cool. He's an American who's a fucking weeaboo, who's a crime boss. He loves Japanese culture, and I like him in
King
King
of
of
Fighters. It nowadays?
What?
Which King in Armor King is it? Because there's been like...
Oh, I don't know.
My boss was killed. He's king. Are you king? I'm king. I'm Armor King, pretending to be king. King.
All the kings.
Why do you roar? You're just wearing a mask.
Well, I'm sure Tiger, what was the wrestler based on Tiger Mask?
Yeah, but he didn't actually roar.
Did Tiger Mask never roar throughout his actual wrestling career? He must have.
I bet he didn't. I will not accept it.
He was a man who wore a tiger mask and had a manga and anime based off of him.
Yeah, I do have to watch the new Tiger Mask thing that came out a little while ago.
It's so weird that's a thing.
It's so weird that came, Tiger Mask, something no one would have heard about. Or, it's one of those things, it's in culture, but it's not really oh my god. And then we're making a new one. Classics.
It's weird, because it's if you're Tiger Mask, you're like, what the fuck? This is fucking amazing. Why are they doing all this amazing stuff for me? Well, I would be like that anyway.
I'd be like, no one talks about me anymore.
No, but I'm still relevant somehow? Okay.
If this is Getter or any of those really classic things, or Captain Harlock or Said Seiya or any of the ones that are cultural icons, it's just revival, Tiger Mask. I just like the fact he's got a mask. That's a tiger.
that was literally the pitch.
Well, They did some show recently. I refused to watch it. It was like a crossover between Tekkaman, Battle of the Planets, or Gatchaman, and a bunch of other things.
All right.
And I'd swear he's in there.
That would be really weird.
I think it's a weird concept anyway. And I think it's original Tekkaman as well.
Oh, not the cool one. It's not Blade.
Not Blade. We were made around the time where we needed everyone to be unhappy. Technoman.
I think that might have been my first anime because I remember that on Cartoon Network at 6:00 in the evening, and I remember Darkon invaded the Earth with a horde of mutant spider crabs.
Yep, I always remember Saber being cooler because he's got a cooler color scheme.
They only had like 13 episodes of the show, and then they never showed any more, did they?
They did here. I saw the whole thing.
Did they? I don't think I saw the whole thing. I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Because at the end, he's got no mind, but she's working on him. She can fix him.
Oh, back to Harley Quinn and the Joker again.
Yeah.
Right, but we're here to talk about Transformers this week, even though it's the run-up to Christmas. So there's actually, I suppose, a decent amount to talk about. And we're going to kick off with third-party news, because that's just how we go. And Perfect Effect is the first people that are going to kick off the show with the PEDX09 Mega... I was going to say
Dragon. How to say this. You know how to say this. Do it. Do it.
Doragon. It's literally how it's spelled.
I'm surprised it's not Doragonu. I'm surprised there's not a new one there. I'm honestly surprised.
I'm a little sad there's no des at the end.
Doragono des.
Mega Doragano des.
I just go with the Cross theme song or Claws, whatever you want to call them, whenever I see this. So I just go, wake up, burning, get Mega Dragon.
Did we talk about this when the prototype images came out? Because I don't think we did. Did we?
Very briefly, because there wasn't much to say.
Okay, well, we have colored images now, so there's a little bit more meat on the bones. We've even got a release date, thanks to the Facebook page, which announced it all, the Perfect Effect one. It's going to be coming out next year, which isn't a huge shot, because it's the 17th of this month. So there's very few days left. It's coming out in May, apparently, unless, obviously, things change or anything like that. We have images of it in its dragon mode, its robot mode, and its, quotations, tank mode, or vehicle mode. I really wish they hadn't included it, because it was always a shitty mode.
I just hope there's not, dedicated engineering for that.
Yeah, if it's just a thing that they went, well, I guess we can enforce it fine, but yeah, if it's dedicated, I'd be like, oh, come on, guys.
If you're paying money for that.
No one paid money for that. No one wants that, I don't think. The product features, so if you're wondering the size, if you like it girthy, it's going to be 10 inches tall, or 25.4 centimeters. Is that the same as Optimal Optimus?
Yes, he's actually a small bit taller.
Really? He probably shouldn't be, because he was technically smaller in the show, wasn't he?
No, he was bigger.
I thought he was smaller. I was sure
he's not as bulky, but he's slightly taller.
Huh.
And he's way stronger.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Optimal Optimus was, Season 3 kind of made him a bit crap anyway, and then Megatron got his upgrade, and we were just like, oh, wow, he's got someone who can fight him on an equal level. Nope.
End of the show.
You're never going to win a fight, Optimal Optimus. Never, ever.
Yeah. But it didn't matter, because it was right at the end of the show, so they rarely fought anyway at that point.
Hey, Tiger Hawk.
What up? Oh my god, Tiger Hawk. Ugh. He's going to be 23 inches in total from the head of the dragon to the tail of the dragon, so fairly long and girthy. As I mentioned, the three modes, these are the modes Leader, Beast, and Ground. It doesn't say tank, it doesn't say car, because it knows it's none of those things. Original arm cannon mode, which I'm not really sure what that is.
Oh, I think it's the fact that you can have him with an arm, like his arm can be the dragon head, or you can swap it for a hand, or you can do some sort of magic to make half the neck disappear, and then he can go on as a gauntlet.
Oh, neat. Okay.
But then he has proper hands then.
Huh. Will the set contains a Mega Doragon ×1, so the figure, I guess.
Should it be Doragon? You should say it like that.
Dragon.
Oh, erotic.
Oh, yes. He has 2 sets of wing swords, because wings and swords, that's a thing.
It is a thing.
Yep. And he's got 1 interchangeable faces.
That what?
It says interchangeable faces times 1.
Oh, right. Sorry. I thought I wanted it to literally be marketed as 1 interchangeable faces.
You can remove it and then put it right back on. I'd actually really like that because it'd be dumb. Yeah, he has the 2 faces. He has Unhappy Megatron and Happy Megatron. He also has a hidden blade, which maybe should be called a hidden Beredo. Yeah, his arm cannon just seems to be the dragon, like you say, but in a slightly... Oh, no, wait. No, it looks like he can have a normal arm, but the dragon head can be attached to the arm.
Yes, which
Like
makes me wonder where the rest of the dragon neck has gone.
Yeah. Maybe it's just like lying on the rest of the arm, but because of the angle of the shot, it's harder to see.
The thing is, like, I was looking, everything below... I think what actually happens is you fold up something, or you push it back.
Right.
Because the neck is situated, like, when it's arm cannon mode. The head is like at the right at the back of the neck when it's just, it's the usual form.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there. There's a bit of engineering magic.
Yeah.
But unless it's like you just take off a bit and then just stick the dragon head on and say, it's an arm cannon!
And then shrug and go, come on, just buy it.
Buy it.
So how do you feel about this Megatron? Because we were fairly positive about the Optimal Optimus. That was fairly accurate, screen accurate. This is going a little bit more in a... stylized version, which I think is probably for the best.
They've changed the proportions considerably, and they've added a few different features here and there. Overall, I think he looks great. I think the dragon mode is a huge improvement over the original.
What about the robot mode? Because I think for me and the original toy and the CG model, I thought I didn't like the look of that Megatron. I always thought he looked a bit shitty, like especially for a, in quotations, final form version of him. This looks like an
Japanese
improved
super bad guy.
Well, yeah, but it looks like an upgrade to the previous Megatron. It doesn't look like he's kind of taken a side step or a backward step. It looks like it's a visual improvement, and you're like, oh yeah, this is kind of an Emperor Dragon form rather than a shitty knockoff I was found in a £1 store kind of look.
I like it. I dig it quite a bit. I mean, it is like take off his head and swap it with a Gundam's, and you wouldn't even have to pretend. In terms of his proportions and everything else, he is so very easily a Gundam.
I can see that, yeah.
But I think I dig the crazy Japanese anime I am evil, I are a robot look. I dig it quite a bit. So the shot with him at the wing spread and the 2 swords, I really, really like. The shot I don't like is the one where he has the dragon arm, just because I always thought that looked awkward.
Oh yeah.
But so if I had him, I'd probably almost never engage with that aspect.
Would you have it on his arm as a cannon, or would you just have him with the 2 swords?
Because if you're going full Japanese, there has to be something on there that looks ridiculous that you're being told is super powerful.
Yeah, but if you're going full Japanese, to me that could be 2 swords as well.
Yeah, but I need him to... I don't know. Basically, if I had him, he'd do lots of things. But I really do like the aesthetic they've gone for. I think it's really good they stylized him.
Yeah.
I have seen a few people complaining about it, because...
it's fair enough. I can understand that.
Yeah. People want this is the guy from the cartoon, and I'm like, that's great. I'd like to see some inventiveness. Also, the transformation looks more complicated than I was expecting.
I'm finding it hard to figure out how things do things, which is good. But it looks like his dragon tummy becomes like an arm guard, which is kind of neat.
And like his robot chest is the bottom of the dragon neck, except reversed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very curious to see how this works, but overall, I'm digging him quite a bit.
Yeah, I would agree. It's neat, and it doesn't look. It's hard to tell. It doesn't look like any dedicated engineering has gone to the ground mode.
No, I think it's basically you can straighten his neck.
Yeah,
and we've put a cannon in there,
and it looks like you can kind of mess the knees so they kind of go backwards, kind of almost chicken leg stanced. Yeah, and that might be it. It's hard to tell, but I don't think a lot of people, like I said, are going to be doing anything with it. I think the color choice is better as well. I like the kind of, what would you call it? Like, it's not a bright red, which he was in the show. It's much more of a maroony kind of
Yeah, sort of
blood-reddy kind of color.
metallic maroon would be a good way of putting it.
Yeah, and I think, again, that looks a little bit better. It's not quite as in your face. A little bit muted color for the bad guy makes sense.
Mm.
So it sounds like we're fairly impressed with it.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what else I like. I like the fact that it looks like on his swords they have two little green eyes.
Yep.
Which I'm guessing
Super move.
I'm thinking it's maybe meant to be the dragon's eyes.
I just like the idea. The people look into them and they freeze.
that would be fucking Japanese right there.
Oh yeah, he just spreads his wings. Look into my wing swords. What? Oh god, I can't move.
So yeah, they did a pretty good job there. Perfect Effect not only showed off that, but they also showed the PC-19B Black Gorira, Black Gorira Junior, and Perfect Combiner set coming. So, the Gorira, the mini, there's going to be a 2-pack of mini gorillas, bots that transform into various weapons to accompany the Beast Gorira figure, which was the Optimus Primal, the masterpiece styled, as they quote it here. The weapon modes include a hammer, pistol, sword, and battle axe. So there's a bit of variety there, which is always a good thing. I'm assuming, this is to go kind of, they've already released this set, but they've done this version of the figures are going to be Optimus Prime colored versions instead of Optimus Primal color versions.
No. What they had before was Primal, was Optimal Optimus color.
That's the one, yes.
And the new ones are Optimus Primal original.
Yes, that's what I mean. I
Primal
think I
Prime's the what they're redoing Gorilla as.
Yes, thank you. But that's what I meant. Just badly said it.
You can't speak.
I can't. They also announced on the Facebook page was an update, albeit with no pictures, so no sexiness for us, not yet anyway. It's an announcement for a Perfect Effect Combiner series because it's only a few years too late to at least not be on the bandwagon, which is good. Even though it's still kind of going, sort of.
Oh, it'll never end now.
And with Power of the Prime, it'll probably kick back up. It even says the series will be returning for the Power of the Primes line. So, yeah. So it goes on. So we can expect more combined upgrade kits in the form of new heads, hands, feet, torsos, add-on, that kind of malarkey. But Perfect Effect, I've always liked their add-on sets for the combiners. I always think they really do improve them a lot. I like Perfect Effect. I'd buy one of their unique figures if they weren't so fucking expensive. Mikey, now these tiny gorillas are granted just repaints, and they're not anything amazing, but do you like them?
They're all right. I'm not really flipping a table over them, but they're cute. I mean, they were a bit of a surprise when they came out originally, and now it's just like, hey, did you like them the first time? You can get another one.
Would you be more impressed if this set came with little bananas that they could hold?
Yeah, to be honest, are something a bit more thematic than here's tiny gorillas that turn into weapons.
Yeah. They're fine, but what do you think of the idea that they're going to be coming back and doing upgrade sets for the combiners? Not a huge surprise, really, but...
to be honest, I'm not really sure what new things they'll do unless they've changed their foot.
Better hands.
I don't know, like the feet, apart from maybe give the feet a wider stance. The hands, yeah, but the Power of the Prime's feet look reasonably okay.
Reasonable, but they don't look great, and they'll make feet that are a bit more substantial. I'm sure.
But, I mean, are they going to use new molds, or are they just going to re-release what they've already done?
Oh, well, that's the thing. I suppose it depends. With the Dinobots, I would assume they'd probably do something unique. Give it more of a feral kind of look.
I'm assuming they'd have to do something to fill out the chest, like new chest filler pieces or something like that for Volcanicus.
I could see that. That would actually be a really good idea.
Maybe with Abominus, make sure it's like the same color.
Yes.
Instead of giving him all the multicolored fists.
Yeah, that might be something that they'll do. I don't know what they do, obviously, for like a Starscream or a what's she called? Starscream's repaint, Mikey. Elita. I don't know what they do for that shit, but who knows?
Custom made Striker and Obsidian arms.
That would be neat. It wouldn't happen, but
I would be into that.
Yeah. Didn't they do? No, they didn't do Striker out of what's he called? The police dude.
No, they didn't. Strike
They
has
should have
never.
done. But
Strike has had a BotCon toy, and that's it.
yeah, I wondered if they had. I was like, did they do it? No, I must have seen a custom of that because that just made too much sense. But Mikey, I've left these 3 stories for you because I know you like the flame toys, so why not take us on to a flaming adventure?
So Flame Toys had quite a bit out. They were at a few cons, and they revealed quite a bit of information. First up, they revealed what Flame Toys Kurokara Kuri 04 will be. The Kurokara Kuri line is their stylized, transforming hyper-expensive figures. Previously, there's Drift, Tarn's coming, and Star Saber. This one is going to be Optimus Prime. Now, unlike the others, he is not directly IDW inspired. Maybe there's a bit of Andrew's Prime in there, but I can see a bit of Don's in the arms.
Oh, okay.
Like, Don's Prime had a very specific forearm structure that I can kind of see here. But this is not to be confused with the already announced model kit for the Flame Toys Farai line, although it seems to have the same design. So this is going to be a sort of more solid, more posable, more, feature-orientated version of the model kit. I have to admit, this is the first one where I'm less excited, just because it's Optimus. Now, I say this while I like their Optimus design quite a bit. Quite a bit, in fact. Again, we're hitting that line of crazy Japan, and it's hitting a lot of my aesthetic preferences. He's doing the crotch thrust.
As you do.
As you do.
But
it's just
like... It's not Yamaguchi thrusting, though, in fairness.
Well, no, but this is because this is on purpose. Yamaguchi's thrusting is just obligated. Now, he does look good. It's just, hey, it's Prime. I would have rather they kept the more well-known guys to the model kit line and kept on with someone else along this road. Like, I'd love if they did a Nautica. I was thinking that the other day. Nautica would be amazing in this line. Like, or something like, if they're going to stick with the comics, do that. Do other do Knockout, do Strong Arm, do original stuff. But I'd rather not see Optimus Megatron come in, just because once they're in, I feel like that's kind of the death knell of a line.
Yeah.
Because either they start the line and it never goes any further, or they end the line and it never goes any further. But before we talk about anything else from Flame Toys, what's your opinion of this Optimus? Or the fact they're doing an Optimus, because we've only got the line art so far.
Like you say, I'm not like super I don't care that much, just because, like you say, it's just another Optimus. So, yeah, okay, cool. It looks okay, but it still just looks like a Prime, and I think it'd be more interesting to do more unique designs, as we're going to talk about in a bit.
Yeah. So in that case, we'll move on, because prototypes for both Star Saber and Tarn showed up at the Hong Kong Toy Soul convention, and also some artwork from the boxes. These were pretty impressive. Tarn, not much to say, because it's one, it's difficult to find the full pictures of him, and two, he is the most direct translation.
I want to say we talked about the Tarn as well a while ago. Colored versions of him.
We've talked about their line art. We've never seen fully colored versions.
Have we not? Oh, okay.
No. The only thing about Tarn that's really worth noting at the moment, before we get into full color and features and whatnot, is that his arms have been made a bit longer than they are in the comics.
Oh.
So he has his arms go down a bit further, so it's a bit more monstrous, I think, is what they're going for.
Right.
So it's also kind of difficult to tell how stylized he is, just because you don't have quite the steady 3D reference for Tarn that you do for everyone else. But I just think he looks cool. And he's going to have glow-in-the-dark eyes, because Tarn. But the big one for me, IDW Star Saber. We've got a colored picture that looks awesome. And then we've got the physical prototype. It is a stylized, but as note-for-note perfect as you can get version of the Alex Milne religious zealot Star Saber. Some people are pissed about this. I am quite happy. I also like the fact he'll have tampoed Autobot stickers, because I just like the idea that Star Saber just said, yeah, I'll be an Autobot, long as you obey me and my god. But, like, there's so many great things about this. The proportions look awesome. The design is great, because it's, it's Alex's, but done up. But the thing that made me stop and go, oh my god, is they've given him wings.
Yeah, they have.
These wings are not in the original design, as far as I'm aware. I checked. They do not seem to be in any shots. He seems to have a pretty standard back. They haven't just given him wings. They've given him fallen angel Gundam wings.
Yeah. I was really thinking that it looked like a Gundam jetpack.
Yep. And I'm just thinking of it as Star Saber with these skeletal robot wings. I'm just like, oh my god.
You can see him like at the end of an anime, him descending from the ceiling, bathed in light with an orchestra pumping, and his arms stretched out, pointed to the heavens, like, glory to me.
Yep.
Glory to the Cybertronian gods. And now you die.
Think Anubis from Zone of Enders.
Yep.
Like every Anubis introduction, which is all for some reason he always has to come down and like holy music.
That's right, because he's fucking badass.
He is. It's a great design. So wish the Rebel tech for the Zone of Enders stuff was better.
Don't you wish the high-end versions of the Rebel tech, or just the Zone of the Enders stuff wasn't so expensive? Because I've seen some really good stuff for Zone of the Enders. Yeah. Then I see the price and I go, I won't tell Mikey. It doesn't matter.
Oh no, I've seen. Don't worry. They haven't done Dolores though, so they've automatically failed. I love Dolores. Dolores is amazing. If you don't know Zone of the Enders, giant robot that's actually a schoolgirl. Not looks like one, is one. But yeah, this thing looks awesome. I adore this. This is hitting so many of my aesthetic preferences. And it's a character I really wanted to get some physical representation, this specific iteration of him. So, like, kind of knocked it out of the park for me.
Just for a reminder, Mikey, how long has it been since we've seen Star Saber in the comics?
Star Saber last appeared at the end of Season 1.
Oh my god.
So, 2012, 13?
What happened to him? Did he fall through a portal or something?
He teleported away after Cyclonus took his eye out.
That's right. And we've never seen him again.
Nope. I don't know, like, it's hinted he might have gotten Tyrest out, but he's off there religiousing somewhere, being not a very nice representation of religion. But Andy, what's your opinion of this thing?
It's good. It's big, beefy, and it's a design I really dig, and it's fucking Japanese out the wazoo.
Yep.
I don't know why people had such a pain in the ass response over the character of this, because,
Because Star Saber has such a well-defined heroic character, Andy.
He has no character. He's the most generic Japanese hero ever.
Yeah, but he's a hero. He's my hero, damn it. Star Saber has been with many of the fans since the early 2000s when they're all in their teens and early 20s and found out that Japan existed.
See, like, when people were getting upset about Megatron being an Autobot, I could see that. That made some sense to me. But Star Saber, who's nothing, that was always confusing. I don't know. Yes.
Key deep character Star Saber.
Yeah, so I'm told. Actually, I'm not. No one tells me that. I've never heard anyone say that. I've just heard people say, I like him. It's like, okay, that's cool.
You're allowed to like him. We're allowed to like him all.
Yeah.
He's a cool-looking dude.
It's good. It looks neat. I look forward to seeing it coloured in the future. It's going to look sexy.
Oh, yeah. After that, like I said, we had Tarn, but the other big reveal at the same con was the rest or the upcoming selection for the Flame Toys Farai model kit line. Now, we've seen Optimus before, but this is our first shot of him fully coloured up. It looks hand-painted, so don't expect if you buy this unpainted, this is what it's going to look like. He comes with an axe the size of his entire body. Mm-hmm. I do like this design. I am looking forward to seeing this guy done up in the larger or the more detailed line, the more detailed set. We also got to see their Starscream fully painted. He's probably the most conservative in many ways.
Yeah, he's got a very what I would class as pretty boy Japanese anime face.
Yeah, he does.
But with a hat on, obviously.
Yeah, like he is what Starscream would be like in a modern teen to adult anime.
Yes, if he was in an intro, he would have a tear running down his face, which would drop off and sploosh and transition into something else.
Yep. And he basically has Slipstream's chest.
And waist.
But I like him. I mean, it's a Starscream, so I'm less enamored than I would be otherwise, just because, hey, it's Starscream with kind of pointy wings.
I'm gonna say, maybe 2 more versions will come out.
Is it possible?
Maybe.
He'd probably look pretty good in black and purple.
See, if they did another two, I'd want them to do completely different faces for them.
Oh yeah, please do, because I want. And if they do Thundercracker, come on, you're doing it already. Just make Buster. Just make me Buster.
No one's made a Buster yet, as far as I'm aware.
Make an official Buster.
Yeah, the first
Make a
one.
Marissa. Make a Buster and Marissa as like you build your own dysfunctional marriage.
Would it be build your own waifu?
Yeah, build Thundercracker's waifu, and she only has one face, and it's disapproving.
And her outfit is that of a wedding dress.
Yeah, no, you have to get her in like her holiday outfit, her military outfit, and a wedding dress. like you have to have those three. So you have to have the option to put her head in 3 different bodies.
Yeah.
Like, give me a whole kit about that. Like a whole separate, like half the price kit where like Marissa in all 3 of her forms, including clear wedding.
Accessory for Thundercracker, pen and paper and video camera.
And a book that says Susan Journeyer.
Maybe director's chair.
Oh my god.
A giant director's chair.
I would buy that in a heartbeat.
I can sell you shit. Just work with me, toy companies.
Come on, guys. You taunted me about Grimlock. Don't start with this next. They also revealed their Bumblebee, who is interesting. He's a bit chunky.
Yeah.
He's got the chunk does old bee have. A little boring, I have to admit, because he's basically what if Volkswagen Bumblebee worked out, more or less, and had his wheels in weird places.
Can you figure out what he's meant to be based on? Is he based on any design or not?
Yeah, he's based on the original toy.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Because the original toy had the arms with the wheels because of how he transforms, and the just everything about him screams the original toy. Like you flip down the feet, scoosh him up, and there you have it.
You know the great prototype that we see? Does he have his Action Master backpack? Is that what that is? Because he's got helicopter blades on his back.
Let's see. Do you know what? It might actually be.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, is that something behind him? And then I was like, no, it looks too close. It looks like it's attached. Oh god, it's his Action Master backpack and a giant hammer for some reason. Yeah. Because
the
hard
hammer,
to steal.
I think the hammer might be hard to steal.
I guess, yeah. I at first, because I didn't look, like the very first time I saw this, I was just kind of flicking through. I honestly thought it was his walking stick, but then I eventually saw the hammer and I was like, would have been better.
Oh,
as a
hang
stick.
on. It can come out. Oh! I just hit me. You can build this. So you can build that as a walking stick and not a hammer.
Oh, neat. Okay.
That's cool.
I suppose the model kit, so that makes sense.
Yeah. And finally, we have an interesting take on Hound.
I'd ask why. Why Hound? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry. Why Hound? Who cares about Hound?
He was nearly Autobot leader.
He was for some reason, which is still fucking baffling.
And he was nearly in charge of the Lost Light.
Yeah. That makes a bit more sense, because most of the other characters, the important ones, had been shipped off. So, and for some reason, he has a Gatling gun from Armored Core on his shoulder.
Yep, he has Perceptor's eye patch.
Oh god, he does. Why?
Yep. A missile rack on one shoulder. His shoulder gun is the size of a planet. He has a handgun. He has an Armored Core Gatling gun rotating thing. And he has a shank.
And he also has a hand grenade, like the old World War One ones.
He has a he's a weird mix of the... This is basically what if Movie Hound looked like... do you want a Hound?
Do you know how you sell this to me, Mikey? And how I think you sell this to other people?
Yeah.
You colour him in ridiculous colours and you put him next to a G2 Sideswipe and you say it's G2 Hound.
Oh, camo colours.
Yeah, like G2 Constructicon camo colours.
Oh my god, yes.
What do you say to that, Mikey?
I say yes.
Actually, not camo, tiger stripes, because all Python patrol colours, because then we can have a G.I. Joe reference as well.
Yes.
There you go. Let me sell your stuff. I mean, I don't know how many people would buy G2 stuff, but I will sell your stuff to at least 2 people, to Mikey and Gruff. Not to me, because I won't have the money for it, but that's not the point.
Oh, there's quick, someone tweet Flame Toys. Tweet now. Andy, what's your overall opinion of this model line?
Starscream, like yourself, I'm not too fussed on, because it's like, it's Starscream. He's still very Starscream. It's not like Prime where you go, he's a lot more anime. Starscream's always kind of had that kind of look anyway. It's just he's very, very, very slim. Bumblebee's never really done it for me, but I like the idea that he comes with quite a few interesting bits. That's neat. And Hound, I've only sold to myself based on a G2 idea, which will never happen. So I don't think these are nearly as impressive as the Starsaber or the, what's he called? Tarn.
Tarn.
Yeah. But I think they're two different lines technically, aren't they? Because these are model kits or resin kits or some kind of kits, while the other ones are figures. So different things.
You'll probably be able to get one for under $40, and the other one you'll be paying hundreds.
Yeah, we still don't know on the price on these, so these might be high end kind of model kits.
It is. Hound's pretty big.
Yeah.
So who knows? But wait and see, really. But yeah, I think they're pretty neat. I'd like to see this line continue as well. Again, like to see them get experimental, do some interesting side characters and stuff like that. But it's just so refreshing to see some good stylized Transformer stuff without the worrying about the transformation and stuff like that. It's so nice, and I'd like them to keep doing this forever.
I think that there's one thing you have to worry about, though, at least with the kits. How many paint taps and how many stickers? That's something you should worry about.
Yes, there is that. There is that. So hopefully there'll be some water transfer decals, please, if you're going for those kind of things.
They're a pain in the ass as well, though.
Yeah, but when they're on.
Just don't fuck it up. You fuck it up, you're screwed.
Yeah, because when they're on.
Yeah.
We're there. I'll take this one as well just because it's quick. But France Project have revealed that they're doing a Lost Exo Realm exclusive version of Pinchar, which is their Snarl, who's going to be in Diaclone colors. Haven't said which convention it's going to be at, but my money would probably be on one of the TF cons. So yeah, it's a Diaclone Snarl and tiny weapon friend. It's a Snarl I don't like. So in that case, I'll ask Andy to move us on to some studio news.
Yeah, we got the studio series stuff, and we've got some images of both the packaging for a few figures and actual figures. So we'll start off with the packaging, even though I arranged it in a different way because, who cares? We're going to start off with the packaging for Brawl, which we kind of know about Starscream, Megatron, and Optimus Prime. Some of the images are not super clear and pretty, so we can only run so far. Optimus Prime is number 5, Starscream's number 6, Brawl's number 12, and Megatron's number 13, because numbers are hard for some people.
Yeah.
And theoretically there will be other characters in between. Also, that lady who I used for penning over the image for the main image for the podcast last week has gone to fucking town again.
But she did it wrong.
Yeah, we've seen the figures.
We've seen the figures, and what she's colored in is the window on the box.
Yeah.
The bit that in this picture won't have anything in it.
You'd have thought.
So she colored in empty space.
I guess.
How is she just sniffing her pens?
I don't know, because she's gone on to the other stuff as well that we're going to be talking about later on in the show. But yeah, there's not a huge amount to talk about here. They seem to be in very standard Titans Return Combiner Warsy kind of boxes. Yep. Just with the artwork that we've seen from before. That's really about it. They're all big boxes. That's another thing, I suppose. So the images the actual figures that we got to see are Optimus Prime, Ratchet, Crowbar, and Starscream. So what do we see here? Are any of them just re-releases of figures? Starscream looks like the Revenge of the Fallen Starscream.
He does, but apparently his proportions are different, so he's probably a new mold.
Oh, okay.
But then again, who can tell? But apparently Crowbar is a retool of Berserker.
That makes sense. He looked familiar. The arms looked fairly similar, at least. It seems like he's got hella long dreadlocks, though. Holy crap.
Yeah. I think Starscream is an original mold, probably using a lot of the same engineering, though.
Yeah.
But they've added a lot of accessories and stuff that's probably built into him.
The Ratchet looks like it's the Dark of the Moon Void Deluxe. Is that what you think as well? Is that
I think it's new. The proportions look different. The legs look longer.
This is the problem without having too much knowledge on the movie line stuff, because I just gave up with it. And again, with the Prime, I think Prime's new.
Oh, he's completely new.
Yeah, I
He's
thought
100%.
so.
They look like they've taken some of the engineering cues from the Masterpiece, in all seriousness. Because, like, the only Optimus I can think of that had those kind of proportions was the Age of Extinction one.
Which one?
The Voyager.
The one that turned into the standard flat nose truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, this is completely new. He's terribly posed.
Yeah.
Awfully posed.
Yeah.
But I people are really pissed at him, and I have to admit, I think from the blurry image we've seen, I think he looks pretty decent for what you want.
Why are people pissed at him?
Oh, he looks quote crap.
Okay, well, it's not, like you say, it's not a good image. Does he look crap in comparison to the other Primes that we've had? Maybe. Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I like the first movie one as an action figure, not as a Transformer. The Voyager. I think the actual robot mode works quite well in that. He didn't have a new one in Revenge of the Fallen. He didn't have a new Voyager in Dark of the Moon.
He did have a Masterpiece, though.
He did.
So I suppose he could compare it to that, maybe.
Deluxe? Oh,
there's so many Primes.
Yeah. Basically, I think he'll if you want something that looks a bit more like the original 3 movies, he'll fill a hole.
Yeah. Do you have any strong feelings about the other ones? Because again, like you say, they're not great images, so it's I don't want to lock you down with an opinion just yet. Really.
I mean, I want to see the Starscream with tats, just because got to have your tats, got to have your ink.
That's the repaint. Literally, that's the repainted version.
That is the repaint. He looks like he's got better proportions than the other ones, and his head's the right size, which is kind of something that I think only the Deluxe ever managed. The Deluxe,
yes,
the Deluxe ever managed before. So, but he looks okay.
Are you hoping for in the second wave where he gets the tats that he will come with the drill effects? Because it doesn't seem like this one does. So that is a knock against it, because that is something we talked about and did want to see.
Yep.
All the wrong reasons.
Yep.
So yeah, that's it. I don't think there's anything else to say there. I may as well take the next one as well, since that's movie related. Because Transformers: The Last Night, Megatron, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Hound will be getting wall sculptures by Superfans Group, who I guess are a group of people who may not be superfans, but are a group of people that want to make money.
Money.
That'll do. I was hoping that you had your thingy handy.
Hang on.
We got to pause. Money! Yeah, it needs to be. You need it on hand just in case. You never know.
Behind the laptop.
You never know. So we do have the images of all of them. They are 3D wall sculptures, so it looks like they are coming out of a 2D image and are ready to kill you in all of their cases. None of them look friendly, so that's a plus. I'm assuming these things are going to be big and expensive, because that's how things usually go.
And they look quite large.
Yeah, the measurements are approximately 25, I think this is inches, 25 inches by 30 inches by 8.5 inches. So it's 8.5 inches thick with 2 C's.
Thick.
Don't sigh. Thick's good. But yeah, 30 inches, 25 by 30 is pretty fucking big. Like the prints that we get from Alex Milne are like 18 by 16 by 12 or something like that, something around that. So this is a fair bit bigger than that. But like I say, no mention of how expensive it's going to be from what I can see. At least they're going to have LED parts. Can you guess which parts of the LEDs, Mikey?
Is it the demonic eyes?
It is the demonic eyes. And it seems to be the gun barrels are the at least Megatron's gun. I'm not sure
at
about
night
Hound's.
you really want to be glowing.
Hound's cigar. That's the end of that's glowing.
This is weird.
Only Prime's eyes are glowing, I think, and I think only Bumblebee's eyes are glowing.
Because that's all you need.
Yeah, Bumblebee's got his hammer from the movie that he was in.
Yes, I remember that.
I don't. Was it in the last one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably why I don't remember it. How do you feel about images coming out of your wall, Mikey, ready to kill you?
It happens often enough. This will be the first time if I bought them. It would be because I brought them into my house.
I keep telling you not to take LSD and then go into bed.
but it tastes so nice with chocolate.
Gotta see that other dimension.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's fairly forgettable.
What, LSD or this stuff?
Boat.
Oh man, okay, you're doing LSD wrong from what I've been told. Yeah, I think they're impressive visually to look at, and they don't look like they're shit,
No,
which is
they
nice.
I mean, they're based off of packaging art, so they have some interesting proportions.
Is that where it's coming from?
Yeah.
Right, that's why it doesn't look amazing. Okay.
That's why they look sort of squished.
Right. That's a shame. If they're going for representation, then a 3D representation of 2D artwork, I think they've nailed it. It's just a shame, like Mikey said, it's the packaging art and it's the movie stuff. It would have been cooler if I don't know. It doesn't need to be G1. I'm not that guy, but it needs to not be the movie stuff. Like, how good would it be if it was like Beast Machines or Beast Wars Neo? There you go.
Oh wow, that would be awesome.
Yeah, get Break in there.
Yeah,
Break coming out of your walls, scaring the
Combat
shit out
Penguin.
of you.
Comeback Moody Penguin.
I guarantee you, if I had one of these as a kid, it'd scare the shit out of me. Because if I had it in my room at night and the light was hitting it from the lamppost outside, it would look freaky. It would look fucking scary.
Glowing eyes, yeah, that would freak you out.
I'm wondering how you turn the lights on. Like, where's the switch?
Probably at the back or something.
It can't be at the back. That would be a nightmare to get at because you're hanging it from your wall, so you'd need to take it off the wall to turn the light on.
Yeah.
If that's the case, that's terrible. That's shit.
Who's going to leave the light on? Who's even going to use the light?
If you're going to put it, I'd think and hope you'd put it on the frame, the border, like on the side, so you can't see it, but it's there, so you can just go to the side and just flick the switch instead of like taking it off the wall, turning it around, flicking the switch, and then you know how awkward it is to try and put a picture frame back on the wall and get it on this little hook. Yeah, no thanks. No dice. You need demon eyes. Mikey, tell me about the Legends.
Yeah, this is weird.
It is. Maybe good.
This is
maybe
extremely weird. So Transformers Legends LG63 is, of course, the Generation 2 Megatron. Not the correct Generation 2 Megatron. No. It
was close.
The Generation 2 Megatron that came out in Japan, which was their release of the Hero Megatron, which is the smaller Megatron with the little squeezy air pump gun gimmick that came out in purple. Now, when that toy came out in the States and Europe, it had a big-ass sticker on the front saying Megatron rules, because the 90s were a period of incredibly camp, tacky stickers.
See, I was really hoping you were going to say incredible subtlety. What a time to be alive.
I'm surprised it just doesn't say extreme.
I would have been okay with that as well.
Megatron extreme. And in Japan, it didn't have that. It had G2 stickers, like G2 faction symbols. And it was all like serious in Japanese, and everyone was just whatever. So this guy is coming out, and he is, of course, a repaint of the American release into the purple colors. And they're including a sticker set. Now, first of all, this sets off a few alarm bells because, oh god, remember the last time they did sticker sets.
I remember when Hasbro did it, and I remember when Hong Kong did it, but I don't think Japan's done it, have they?
The Prime releases.
Have they? Oh, yeah, never mind, I'll shut up.
I like,
Oh, I'll be quiet.
We can't always defend them. Sometimes they fuck up.
No, yeah, they made a mistake.
You made a mistake, sir. But so this guy will come with stickers. You'll have two chest options. The first one will be the Generation 2 faction symbol. Okay. The second one will be a giant sticker saying Megatron rules. Okay.
Okay, well.
There's more. Because, and I didn't realize this, apparently his head is painted up to be Beast Wars Megatron. Or the little headmaster guy. And obviously he's coming with the Beast Machine Savage Noble styled weapon. So he's coming with Predacon faction symbols. So let me lay this out for you. They have the Japanese release of an American toy using Japanese colors for an American concept, which is Generation 2. Mm-hmm. Who's coming with stickers to homage both their version and the American version. And also stickers to completely repurpose him into a completely other character.
Yeah.
Officially.
Yeah.
An official repurposing of him into a completely other character who I don't know how popular he is in Japan. And I don't know how many Japanese fans know about this Megatron rules thing. Like, are they going to buy this and be very, very confused? Are they just going to... Well, he does, but I don't know how that's relevant. This toy became an Inception. It incepted.
It kind of shows that, or it kind of gives at least a hint that Japan knows that some of its toys that they make go out to the West.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of nice. It's kind of a little nod to us, or it might be more of a popular thing in Japan than we know, because some Japanese people do like the American culture as well, or the Western culture, so it might be in there for them.
Just Kei-Zama stealing them all. While doing rock horns as she runs, fleeing from a shop with them in her arms.
I am interested to see how good the sticker is, though. Stickers. How well they can be applied and all that jazz. And I'm afraid it's not the best version of this mold now.
I like it better than Blitzwing.
Oh, but Mikey...
I don't like the Blitzwing. I do not like the Blitzwing.
But Mikey, it's not the best version of the mold.
Who else has this mold?
As I tip my hat and put my cap on, and I'll float down and go Psycho Crusher.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, forgot.
The best version of the mold.
Yeah, that is the best version of this mold.
Yeah.
Like, it is by far the best version of this mold. And it's the one no one will ever own.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. But hey, if we have any Japanese listeners, I would love if you could explain how, like, widespread the American side of G2 is over there.
I'd be interested to learn
I'd be very, very curious to know that. So we found out we have an extra way of communicating with us this week. So I don't know, that might be something.
Yeah, drop that now, Mikey. If people want to contact us on the Moonbase too, how can they get in contact with us or you, I suppose?
Yeah, so I've revived the Twitter account because I've decided to actually put time into it again. And in the process, I found out we have an email.
I didn't know.
Neither did I. It's themoonbase2@gmail.com. So the Moonbase and the number 2@gmail.com. I started talking like that since doing radio. Because most of our listeners are in their 60s or 70s and they don't get what an @ sign is.
It's the A in the little circle.
Yeah, it's the A that looks like a little swirly one, and you have to press the arrow. See the long key with the arrow on it? One says pause, one says shift.
No,
yeah?
Don't throw a match on the computer. Why are you burning that? Oh no, no!
It said it was a hot bar.
It's talked about hotkeys. Psycho.
Oh dear. But, so we have an email address. So if you'd like to email us, if you're a Japanese listener who wants to explain the widespreadness of G2, or just want to send us anything, really, like, this is not, like, our Facebook is pretty on topic, but to be honest, send anything and we'll see if there's anything of interest. So email us on themoonbase2@gmail.com and we'll see how much advertisements for Japanese porn we end up getting.
I love the idea of, like, there's going to be, like, 40 emails coming through and Mikey goes, shit, pornography, shit. No, if you've got, like, questions you want to ask me or Mikey, or feedback for the show, or anything, send it, and Mikey will get to it and we can do something with it on the show. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Other podcasts do questions and stuff. I suppose we should.
We used to, and then we lost a forum and had no way of collecting them.
Exactly.
So now we do.
But then apparently we got an email and no one knew.
Yeah.
Because didn't you tell me it was set up when the original Moonbase YouTube page was set up?
Yeah,
apparently.
It's old, apparently. Like,
Jesus.
This has been around for a while. Like, I think this was early Gmail as well. When it was first
God.
Made. So, no one tells us anything.
No.
Y'all suck. Dave, you suck. I don't know where you are in the world right now. Actually, I do know where you are. You're in bed reading IDW.
Yep.
Because that's what you were doing this morning, and it's probably what you're doing now. But you're a bad man. But yeah, so contact us through that. But anyway, this is cool. It's weird, but it's cool. Andy.
Yes.
Take us on to our last bit of Japanese news.
Sure. Let me tell you, Mikey, sir, about
the Transformers.
It's going to be about the Fighto Super Robot Life Transformers and Transformers 2010 Multipack. Multipass. I need a multipass. Multipack Blu-ray. Now, as far as I'm aware, this might be the first version of the G1 cartoon in Blu-ray form.
Yes. When this was announced ages back, and
so.
we were all like, "Oh my god, it's Blu-ray! None of us can get it."
Yeah.
And even if we got it, none of us would know what anyone was saying.
I would hold off from being super excited, people of the internet who are listening to the show, because it seems to be presented, according to the information, in 480p. So I'm not sure what it's presented on DVD, but I can't imagine it's that much higher or lower than
It's about
48.
480p. Basically, it's DVD quality.
Yeah.
What you're going to get is a Blu-ray where it's not been extended in every way. You're just going to have the same thing you always had, but with black bars on the side.
Woo! Well, you know. Let me tell you, though, what this has, because the announcement came a few months ago, so yes, we must have talked about it. And now we have a nice gallery of all the content that's going to have on the Blu-ray set, and 2 DVD booklets that come along with the Japanese DVD releases, so it sounds like they're just being reprinted and put in. So, okay. Disc 1, from Season 1, is going to have episodes 1 to 30, Season 1, -2, and Scramble City commercials. That's pretty cool.
Will that be like will that be Scramble City as well, or... No. They say later on what's going on with that.
It says specifically commercials, so I'm interested to know when it says commercials. I'm hoping it means for the toys as well. And
the stop-motion stuff.
Yeah, and I'm really hoping that it's like... I don't need it to be, in quotations, high quality, like HD, but if it's 480p quality, that would be pretty cool in itself.
Nicer than the YouTube rips we've all been using.
Yeah, which are clearly coming
recorded
from a VHS.
in 1985.
Yeah. Disc 2 will be episodes 31 to 65, and then it says episodes 64 and 65 in English.
Would you like to know which ones those are?
I would, actually, yes.
That's episode Masquerade, where the Autobots disguise themselves as the Stunticons.
Right. And
Bot.
So why are those ones in English? Did the Japanese look at them and say these two are just shit? Like, I understand Bot, but I maybe it's because I've always watched it as a kid because I had it on VHS, but I thought Masquerade was alright.
It was alright. Maybe it was just like, Masquerade, it's got giant robots and combiners. Oh yeah, we'll have that in English. But when we translated it, we made it good. You need to see the original version. You need to see how bad this gets.
I don't believe they could translate it to be good. I don't I think the Japanese could make it fun, but I don't think they could make it good.
Probably made the stuff where the 2 boys are like gagging that one girl and dragging her off at the end of it. I bet it sounds different in Japanese. I bet that scene is different in Japanese. I bet there's a certain tone to that's not there in the US release.
More comfortable, less comfortable. Which are you going for, Mikey? Are you saying in the Japanese version it'll be less comfortable and more realistic?
They'll drag her off into the distance, and they add like a 5-second extension of just the background and extra sound effects.
Oh God. That's awful. Including those things, we also have Scramble City, and an exciting Transformers 86 documentary.
I want to see that. I want to know if that's a Japanese thing or a US thing.
Yeah, I want to know. There's no specifics about it, so I mean, it could be like 10 seconds of them going, Transformers was good, we sold it to America, America gave it back, it was our eat. Boom.
Our Transformers 86. We didn't actually know what happened here for years.
Something went down? Or it could be a dubbed or subbed version of an interview from the American Hasbro company that's been on one of the other plenty of DVDs over here. Yep. So, who knows? It's not much information. Then we've got Transformers 2010, which is Season 3, obviously, which is the 3rd disc, episodes 1 to 30. Rebirth is in Japanese, which is episodes 1 to 3, and you also get episodes in English 1 to 3, so you can have it either way. It's probably not the first time Rebirth's been in Japan, but it's nice that it's there. We also get the 2010 commercials. Again, is it for the cartoon only, or is it for the toys? Don't know. Hopefully the toys as well, I would hope. And then it says, each disc has the option to show the episodes with the opening and ending credits, or watch them seamlessly. That would be a real... Would it be that
trip.
Messy? It would
be a trip.
Yeah, because it would go do, and then it would just kind of fade in with a new title screen, and you'd be like, oh, Jesus, what? That might be interesting to see how that works, because that might be seamless, or it might be strangely jarring in a way. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, we have that ability. It's called the skip function.
Yeah.
Which usually in well-made DVDs and Blu-rays skips past the credits.
in the DVDs I have, usually it just skips the entire episode. It has no chapters in it and goes, so you want to go to the next episode? It's like, no. You know the DVDs, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Or there are some awful DVDs which are just a pain in the ass to get through.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Yeah. Sorry, anyway. As quality goes, as I mentioned, it's going to be 480p with the Japanese Dolby Digital 2-channel at 48 hertz. For you audio monkeys out there, which...
Some guy's wetting himself right now.
I mean, maybe we should since we do a podcast, but
Yeah,
this
but
means nothing.
We're 44 100
Oh,
hertz,
so we are, yeah. 44. Okay, so they're better than we are.
Better quality. You think you're great, don't you?
Yeah.
You think you're great, don't you, Japan?
80s cartoon.
Well done, Takara.
Yeah.
With your high-quality audio eclipsing what we're recording on a podcast, because if you go any higher, the file becomes the size of a small pig.
I used to do 480.
I know, and it sounded awful.
Yeah.
Because you saved the files too big.
No, if I remember, the reason we stopped was because our tracks kept on going out of line for some bizarre reason, so I was like, okay, I'll just make mine 441 as well, and then we'll always be in tune. Unless
But
the
it
internet
didn't,
fucks us.
even when I went, in all seriousness, even when I went up to 480, or 448, it didn't work. It used to go out of sync anyway. I don't know what was going on. I think it was the old computer I was using, to be completely honest.
I don't want to try it again because it was a real pain in the ass to edit around that. So it's got that on. It's also got the English versions, Dolby Digital 2-track, 48 hertz. So that's good.
Cool.
And that's it. Again, I don't see any information on the price.
No, but
yeah, we
actually
made fun of it last time that it was expensive to buy DVDs and stuff in Japan. I can't imagine that's going to change. But we do have images of the boxes and the box artwork. Although the DVD box is just a real standard, bog standard, boring DVD box, the artwork for it's really nice. I love the artwork for this box.
Oh yeah, it's super, super pretty.
And I really like the Galvatron image as well, where he's looking over or down at Hot Rod. So the one on the little booklet. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm on CD Japan at the moment, looking for the box set.
Oh, for the price. Okay. Good luck with that.
Good luck. I found the movies. You want to know how much the movies will cost you?
Go on.
7,992 yen with 20% off.
Is that for the set?
That is for the set.
Okay, so, well, yeah, okay. It's expensive. It looks like the little booklet that you get with the set is not too bad. It seems like they have an episode description in, a little
Holy hell!
A line art for the characters and the character description. So substantial little booklet at least. Did you find the price, Mikey?
18,000 yen.
Oh dear.
So that comes to $160.
That's the price of a used dangerous zombie driver.
That's the price of anything to do with the word dangerous zombie in it. But that is a Japanese Blu-ray.
Yeah, so that's about, what is that?
At £120.
Yeah, it's
130.
Yeah, it's a lot of beans. It's silly monies.
More than I would pay for a Blu-ray.
Yeah, even though it looks nice, it's not worth it, I would say.
And it doesn't come, like, if it came with something, like a little statue or something like that, I could see that in the price. Because I've seen Blu-rays, but the thing is, I've seen that for Blu-rays of smaller series.
I don't think we know what version of the cartoon it is either, is it? Is it the Rhino version? It's probably the Rhino version. The one with all the mistakes.
Well, you're assuming that it's going to be using I was presuming it would use whatever copy they have over there.
Which I assumed was that, to be honest, of the Shout Factory version.
I always assumed they might have been using their own separate thing.
I'm not sure.
Because then they'd have to go back, get the audio files, and redo the entire audio.
Maybe. I don't know. So. Maybe if that's the case, maybe they have the better quality version, because the Rhino versions, like I mentioned, had all the stupid errors in, which were fixed in the TV launch. I remember. Oh, that pissed me off because I knew there weren't that many mistakes in the G1 cartoon. And then I found out, no, there weren't. It was just the Rhino got the terrible version. I was like, stupid shit. People who have skills should go in and fix that. I can't, and they should be paid for that. because it would be nice to have the proper G1 experience, the TV experience. Anyway, Mikey, I want you to tell me about the power of the primes.
The power.
The power from Jupiter.
Indeed.
Or Saturn. Was it? No, it was Jupiter. It was Jupiter.
It's Jupiter.
Yeah.
We're all going to Jupiter, lads.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, dear. So, Weibo user TF Factor has provided new images of the back of cards for several figures, including Elita 1, Inferno, Hunger, Moonracer, and Blastoff.
Who?
That's Decepticon Blastoff, who is also the only one with a bio.
And the only one painted out, because who's
Yeah.
Blastoff?
Guess which is the only one of these that has been released already in another country, and we all know what it looks like.
Yeah.
All of us. Unless there's like, oh look, we've integrated it with the new hands. And that'll be funny. But it's very odd to me. Like, we know what he looks like.
Yeah.
We all know. What is wrong with... Why do you keep penning everything? You can't have the pen anymore. Give us back the pen.
Secrets, Mikey. Secrets and lies.
Everyone else's bio is how will XXX wield the power of the primes, and that's annoying.
Porn.
Yeah.
How will
the porn wield the power of the primes? And Moonracer has a papoose.
Yep.
But this is our first clear look at Elita. Well, relatively clear look at Elita and Inferno. We've seen Hunger in person.
Mm-hmm.
So Inferno, using a good mold.
Yes.
And probably the least exciting version of that mold.
It's certainly not Inferno.
Not even slightly.
No.
Nothing about it says Inferno except I am a fire truck.
Yeah. They really should have gone with Pyro.
Or RID Optimus. Really, I would have gone with RID Optimus.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't that what people were thinking he was going to be?
Yep, and he's the same kind of fire truck as well, for the most part.
Strange. Odd choice.
What about Elita, considering she has to deal with the fact her entire body is chunk?
It's hard to tell because it's the CG image that we saw, so I don't want to say it's better than Starscream, but I hear Starscream's pretty bad as an individual transformer.
Generally, apparently, like, all the engineering went into his combiner form, and same with Grimlock, so Wave 1 suffered.
Yeah.
I prefer her, I have to admit, over to Starscream, just because I just, go to IDW version of this character.
Mm-hmm.
The chunk works for me in that regard, because I could entirely see her as someone who's working out far too much.
That's why I want to see a proper colored version that's finished, that's not a CG render on the back of a card version of this toy, because I want to see it when it's where it's not at an angle. I want to see if it works, because it looks like from here it could, and it could be better than Starscream, but then again, how much of it is going to be crappy, shitty stickers?
True. Oh my god, they need to stop that.
Yeah, I really hope that's a Wave 1 thing, but who fucking knows?
Yeah. Moonracer we've seen already, and Blastoff. Now, you were saying to me, Blastoff confused you.
Yeah.
Does he still confuse you?
A little bit, and it confuses me because the Bruticus toy was released at this point nearly 3 years ago. It seems really late to bring Blastoff out. It feels like people that wanted a Blastoff will have bought the Japanese one. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that this is coming out. It just seems like a very odd time to release him.
I was thinking, and I think I've made sense.
Okay.
So Blastoff was designed very late in the Takara Legends line.
Yes.
And probably he just didn't fit into any wave factoring by the time Hasbro came around. So there wasn't any space to stick him in, whatever. And we all thought, okay, move on. Titan's Return was not experimenting in terms of lines. They weren't going to do any extra gimmicks. It was the Titan Master gimmick.
Yeah.
Right? So no other figures could come out. Power of the Primes really doesn't have much of a unifying gimmick.
No.
In all seriousness. It's a collection of fairly random ideas. And one of those is that the deluxes are all combiners. So if they want to release it with the idea of, well, oh, here's your combiner limb, and he can be used with a combiner figure, and by the way, he's actually meant for a completely different figure. It's all right. You replace an old figure. Shh. I honestly think this was the first time they had a line where they could release him and he'd play into the gimmick.
I guess so.
Because otherwise, if you released him in Titan Return, you just have this one random combiner limb.
I still think it's kind of a shame that it's going to be... You won't be able to pick up the rest of them easily, because as soon as this figure came up, the prices on the second-hand ones have gone up. And let's be honest, the Combaticons were sitting around for ages. If this came out earlier, those figures would have sold. Those figures would have sold perfectly fine. I still think it's a bit of a shame it came out as late as it had, but like you say, makes sense. But
but there's not much else to say about them, to be honest. I mean, like, cool. We'll wait and see. The only other thing for Power of the Primes that's worth mentioning is that Wave 1 has hit US. Like, the story here is for Prime Masters, but officially everything's out now.
Yes.
So, just so you know, that's my Cronus, Liege Maximo, Vector Prime, who are in Cloudburst, Skullgrin, and Metalhawk, Slug, Swoop, Dreadwind, and Jazz, who's totally not racist.
No.
Starscream and Grimlock, and I believe people have said they've spotted Rodimus and Optimus here and there, but I think they're kind of the late runners.
Right.
So yeah, Power of the Primes has hit. It's also up for pre-order and awareness in Smiths and places like that over here. They are cheaper than the Voyagers from either Titan's Return or the movie stuff, because the only listings they have right now are for Starscream and Grimlock. It's only they're like 28 versus the 31 euros, but it's still cheaper. So like it needs to drop like another €4 for me to be completely comfortable. But yeah, so it's all hitting. It's all about to hit the fan.
Yeah, a lot of people are going nuts and buying them straight off the bat.
Why?
I don't know.
I've seen several people over the week with boxes of these things and being really excited to have them, and I'm great. Why didn't you wait?
Yeah,
these are going to be everywhere.
Yeah, they will. I've never seen a Wave 1 not hang around forever.
We've had
for Transformers.
The thing is, it happens every year, so I don't know why people don't realize this.
Yeah,
and Wave 1 tends to be the weakest in any line, so these aren't even the figures to get super excited about.
Yeah, it's not. A lot of people really want those Dinobots, I guess.
Yeah, but they're going to be everywhere.
Yeah,
all of them. Every single one of them. Grimlock will be on shelves until the very end of this. I guarantee it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Starscream's going to be the one that hangs around longer than Grimlock.
I think Starscream will sell just because of name recognition with kids and stuff.
See, I would have thought Grimlock would sell because he's a dinosaur.
Yeah, but he's not a dinosaur in the box.
Okay. Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah.
Because as you're walking by, it's just like, okay, a gold-chested robot. And if you're quick, you'll notice the picture of a dinosaur on the box art.
Yeah.
You're walking by. Blue and... Oh, it's Starscream, Mommy. It's Starscream. Look, he's blue and red and white. Oh, my God, it's that guy. Buy him. Buy him. Buy him. I've got a gun. Buy him. Buy him, Mom. Buy him. You want to see the cat again? Buy him. Children are very aggressive these days.
You're a good child, Mikey.
I was.
Can I tell you about one last story as well, sort of?
Ooh, feel free.
Right, so A1 Toys, which is a company in the UK apparently, we're doing a deal at the moment, recently, for the San Diego, only in the UK as far as I'm aware, an in-store only deal as well, which I thought was a bit of a shame, for the Transformers Fortress Maximus SDCC 2016 exclusive figure, which wasn't really that much different or exclusive than the other version.
But it had a sword.
It did have a sword. Woohoo. It was obviously £160, and if you got to an in-store place and you could find the deal, it was only 40 quid.
Yep.
Which is a hell of a deal. I was tempted, and I thought about this, and then I realized it didn't have any stores around me, and it put me off. Yes. And then I thought to myself, if I did have a store around me, would I do it? And I probably would, but I'd be doing it for the wrong reasons. Because I wouldn't, I've said many times on this show, I wouldn't want this version of the toy, even if it is 40 quid. And I think I'd only be doing it to sell it on in the future when the price goes back up. The toy. Well, not even that, but just to sell it on to make a profit, to make money.
You'd never really open it.
I might open it just to play with it once or twice, but I'd never really want it. So I thought to myself, it's probably best that I didn't have it as an option.
Yeah, I will say I had a look to see what the range was. That is a super limited shop.
Is it?
There's a couple of shops in Scotland around the Edinburgh area. I don't know if there's any in Glasgow. I wasn't sure by the map. And there's 3 or so in the London borough area.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I couldn't find a single other shop in the UK. So those are very, very specific.
Yeah.
So if you're in southern England or southeast England, or if you're in Scotland, you have a chance, but only if you're in very, very specific areas. Basically, the only thing you could do would be contact some friends in those parts of the world and say, hey, pick it up, and hope they don't have to ship it down to you. And they're saying, like, I'll be down to visit at some point.
Yeah.
Because I would not want to pay the shipping on these.
No, because it's a big toy, obviously. And it's a great deal. It really is a super
amazing.
good deal, you know.
It says so much about how these didn't sell, but
San Diego exclusives.
that isn't any different. It's not. It's got a bit of extra white.
Sword, yo. They're impressive.
Sword. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
People did pay ridiculous amounts for that sword.
They did.
Kapow did well that year. Kapow did well, considering everyone was going like, we need to have all the Fortress Maximuses, and there was just walls of them.
Oh, there was 100. Yeah, well, they do that every year with the big figure.
Yeah, but the sword sold better than the figure, I think.
He might be right. But that's it. That's all on news for this week. I just wanted to throw that in just in case someone didn't know out there and lived in the UK and had a store around them. So,
yep.
There you go. The question, Mikey, then, as usual, what have you been up to this week that's been fun and entertaining and fun and exciting and all that stuff? Yep.
Still managing my invalid father, who's less invalided now, but is now, he's getting to the stage where he should be more invalided, but he won't just sit the fuck down.
Are you gonna misery him?
I'm basically just gonna start hitting him on the head until he falls over and drag him into bed.
If you misery him, though, you can get him to write you a novel first, and then you get to hobble him. So that could be handy.
No, the character doesn't die like this.
You could dress up as Kathy Bates as well. Look pretty sexy.
Kathy Bates is a fine woman.
She's a fine sexual woman.
She is a beautiful woman, and I would be lucky to have the Kathy Bates appearance.
The Kathy. Ooh, girl, you got the Kathy Bates appearance. Mm-hmm.
Go to the hairdresser next time. You will Kathy Bates me the fuck up.
Ooh, what era? What era of Kathy Bates are you looking for? Let me think. 90s look I'm going for.
Give me the I've got a knife and you killed off my favorite character. She would do well in the internet fandom, that character.
Yeah. In this day and age, misery would work. She's
sending so many emails telling famous people she'll kill them.
Yeah.
So many death threats. So many things about fucking her childhood.
Give it time. There'll probably be a misery remake. With that as a premise, I could see that easily happening.
It's all on Twitter or something like that.
Yeah.
God help us. Yeah, it'll be Japanese. It'll be about web novels. The mobile novels thing that took off over there. But yeah, what did I do this week that's worth mentioning? So a couple of weeks back, I said I was playing Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh yes.
Which is currently up for several awards, including Best PC Game and just Best Game of the Year over in IGN.
Oh, wow. Good for them.
Yeah, it's running up against things like Destiny and Nier Automata and a bunch of other stuff.
Destiny shouldn't be on there.
Destiny should never have been... Destiny and No Man's Sky are two games that everyone talks about, and nothing happens in either of them.
Doesn't seem to.
I played them. Nothing happens.
Well, I know Destiny's an MMO.
Oh,
people
Destiny
say MMO light, and I'm like, no, it's not. Come on.
It's a bad game. It's a bad game with good shooting mechanics, but it's a bad game. Accepted, people. But yeah, so Doki Doki's up there for awards. The guys who run the Doki Doki Twitter, which I'm now following, are ecstatic with themselves. So I voted because honestly, that was probably one of the better games I played this year. Again, we'll never tell any of you what's going on in it. You just need to play it, and you need to go in as spoiler-free as possible. It's 4 hours max, unless you want to do the extra endings, and you can skip a lot of the dialogue you've already seen, and it's just worth it. It is just super, super, super worth it.
Is it Doki Doki worth it?
It is. The music is fucking addictive. and then you find out there's a lyrical version of the theme, and it's just, what? Oh, it's never going to get out of my head. But I found out there's a modding community for it.
Of course.
So I was curious, and like, there's guys who have done websites which are kind of continuing on the theme of one of the endings.
Mm.
So it just goes. I can't tell you what that website is called because it's based off of a meme that's a spoiler.
Ah, there you go.
But just search Doki Doki Literature Club and name if you've played it, search it and the name of the main character, the real main character. You'll know what I mean. And that character's catchphrase. You'll know what I mean. But someone did like a 2-hour extension, which was you have to have all the endings, and the idea is like, and now here's the way to get every girl fall for you. And I was super curious because I was thinking, okay, like people who play this might be, they might do this very well. It's how to get a happy ending for everyone. It was marketed as. And I go, oh, cool. I was a little unnerved by the ending because the ending was basically just they all want to fuck you. And I get that is kind of the point of a lot of dating novels and dating sims and stuff like that. But given the nature of this story and the writing and everything else, I kind of would have expected a little better from someone who spent all that time developing a 2-hour extended scenario. Like who must have been a fan of the whole thing. So that was a little bit of a letdown. But anyway, seriously, play that game, guys. It's completely free. And apparently will always be completely free. So you've no excuse. What else? Runaways. Caught up on Runaways. New episode was mostly focused on the parents. So I think the show's at its weakest when it's spending time with them. So very curious to see what comes next. But I don't really care about James Marsters' wife cheating on him. And how he's an abusive father. Like, okay, cool. Like, it's weird because I know a bit about James Marsters in real life, and it seems like he'd be the guy kind of outraged by this character. And who, apparently he modeled his life slightly after Goku. The Goku that Funimation made up.
Okay.
Not the actual Goku. The one that everyone goes like, you've ruined the character! And you're kind of like, he was always kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's just you're old enough now to realize what a dick he was. But yeah, it's okay. Watch some general TV. Haven't seen Last Jedi. I had an opportunity to see it this afternoon, and I have to admit, I just decided to skip it. I'm not... The reviews of people who I'd listened to have been very lukewarm.
Yeah.
And to be honest, these are people who were really positive on The Force Awakens, and I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like The Force Awakens particularly much. I think Rogue One's better. But I'd say The Force Awakens is a dead center 5. It's an incredibly average movie that kind of kills any momentum it's gaining by trying to be a completely different movie. And everything I've seen for Last Jedi makes me think I'm not going to be too into it, so I'll probably wait until it's on Netflix or something like that. Also, I found, I stumbled upon some promotional stuff with Mark Hamill.
All right.
For Last Jedi. He didn't come across as liking it.
No, I've seen a few videos which seem to suggest that as well.
I think it was interesting. He was saying, when Colin Trevorrow was on and, really good, we were really on the same page, really interested to see what he was going to do with Luke Skywalker. And blah, 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 blah. Yeah, first reaction when I saw the new script, you're going to do this with Luke? You're going to do this? And thing is, when Mark Hamill says or hints he's not happy with things, that's probably very significant. Because it's Mark Hamill, and the guy is a dead professional when it comes to these things.
Well, is it? Because I've heard in many interviews that he loved his role in Guyver. Yeah,
but that's amazing. The guy,
not even Dark Hero Guyver, the first Guyver movie.
Oh yeah, that was great. But I also found out this week, this led into listening to a podcast with Mark Hamill on. He is an uber nerd.
Yeah, he is.
He's the nerd king. He's like, yeah, I was in comics, and then everyone made me get out of them. But then I hit 18 and said, "Fuck it."
I'd like to meet Mark Hamill, but it's difficult and expensive.
Yeah, fine when you're Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I'd like to meet myself. Hello, mirror. Hello, Mark.
And then just start laughing. But like they were interviewing him, he was saying like, "Oh yeah, I went for a bit part in an early animated series, and apparently I really annoyed people by going like, are you going to have Hugo Strange? Are you going to have Clayface? Who are you going to have? Are you going to go with the guys who were in the old TV show? Or are you going to go really into the comics?" And he started just like harassing them about what characters they were going.
That's great.
So then they called him back 6 weeks later and said, "Do you want to play the Joker, or do you want to audition for the Joker?"
I suppose.
But really interesting. Like the guy is fascinating to listen to.
It seems
when he's not being bombarded by the fan side of things, and he's just being himself.
Yeah.
Like I like that Mark Hamill better than the one I see on like conventions and stuff, who's just surrounded by people going, "Say the lines."
Oh yeah, I mean that's the problem with conventions, and how I always feel I want to step away from guests because I don't want to be the person that forces them to put on the act effectively.
Yeah. And
I usually feel that. I mean, most of the time actors are getting paid when they go to conventions, so they are on the job. So they feel. I think sometimes they feel they have to be on all the time, and I don't want them to be on. I just want them to be the human being. That's who I'm interested to meet. Not the voice box machine where I put money in and they say the line.
Yeah, you see them sitting down for a meal or something, and you're just like, you're about to be swarmed just because you're having food. You don't need this.
Yeah, I'm not going to be the one to do it, and I can only say I'm sorry from very far away. I'm so sorry.
Die, just suddenly running around him in circles. Leave the man alone.
But you don't want to be that guy either, telling people to leave him the fuck alone.
Oh no, it's Billy.
Yeah, that's Billy's job. That's the thing. He's never been in Transformers, but get Mark Hamill. I keep saying like just. Yeah. But then again, I keep
you
saying
got someone
like,
from bloody Simpsons.
Dudes. Yes.
Why not get Mark Hamill?
But then again,
maybe
I said
he'll go in Transformers.
I said get the guy that played Dan Caroto and get him. He's never been in Transformers. I don't give a fuck.
He speaks English. It's great.
Yeah.
We'll all be able to chat to him. Like, it'll just be no one will know who he is except this like 10 or 20 guys who are following around with this awestruck like.
We'll all wear robes and have torches and bow. we'll say "Dormez-vous" with Dan Caroto.
I was just like, praise his shining dong.
Someone can walk around with a gong. Dong.
And just except like the refrain will be boy.
Boy. Dong. Boy. Dong. That'd be great. Anyway, sorry I interrupted you, Mikey.
No, I like that. But yeah, so fascinated into that side of things. Like, I'm not interested in the movie, but I am interested in other people, the people inside it, and how far it affected them. It's very, very interesting to me. The only other thing that is worth noting is that I finally, after several years, sat down to My Hero Academia Season 1.
Yay! I think Season 2 is better before you talk about Season 1. I think it definitely ramps up in Season 2 with the tournament arc!
Oh, God.
No, it's a really good tournament arc. I liked it anyway.
There are so many, Andy.
Yeah.
Even in things that have no tournaments, there's tournaments.
But usually, in fairness, the tournament arc is usually, unfortunately, the peak of a shonen series. Like in Naruto, I think the Chunin exams was one of the most fun times I had with the show.
Yeah, I'd agree. That was when, before we hit Sasuke did nothing wrong. It led into Sasuke did nothing wrong.
It did. It led into him being a little bitch.
And then he'd stayed that way for 15 years.
Woo!
I don't like Sasuke.
No.
So yeah, it's an interesting show. For anyone who doesn't know, basic premises: on Earth or an Earth-like planet, it's never really confirmed. At some point in history, a baby was born who glowed in the dark. And superpowers basically developed. Along with them, people started using the superpowers not necessarily for the best of reasons. Most people in the population have powers, but most don't have the training to stop superpowered villains, so they have a hero league. If anything, it reminded me of a way of One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Except better, because One Punch Man is a single note joke.
Yeah.
That looks very pretty, with no plot at all.
Yeah.
And the problem with that joke is that joke wears out pretty fast, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have some cool music and some cool visuals, and then I'm not really excited, even if it was still with Mappa, to hear that there's going to be a season 2.
Okay.
Like Saitama, he had his moment, and I'm kind of over it. Like, I was really into it at the time, and I tried rewatching some stuff, and just like, yeah, this is going to be the whole show, isn't it?
I could see that. I'll still be interested to see a season 2, just because, again, like you say, it'll be pretty. But Madhouse is doing Hero Academia as well, so yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Madhouse.
But yeah, Madhouse are doing Academia, and that has some very Kill la Kill graphics to it.
It's very pretty.
I'm wondering if there might be some animators who came over. I'd have to look into it.
Yeah, it might be right.
Yeah, so Guy has been worshipping heroes all his life, wants to be a professional hero, wants to really help people, but doesn't have any powers. Or quirks, as they're called. Is bullied in school by a guy who's convinced he is the strongest guy and will be the world's best hero. And ends up gaining powers, but after meeting... the main character ends up gaining powers after meeting his hero, All Mighto. And goes to the Hero Academy, and it's about sort of like there's kind of two major arcs to it, which is like the oh god, everything's gone to shit arc and everything's in school arc. It's only 13 episodes, and I think that hurts it because it stops very bluntly.
Yes.
And it stops in a very, this is based off an ongoing manga that's probably in like chapter 200 or whatever by now.
Mm-hmm.
It has that vibe. But I enjoy the characters. I love the visuals. I love the music.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh wow, it's
the main
really
theme
good.
goes and you go, oh shit.
Yeah, it's all like the themes, the background music, everything is just action's pretty good. There are a couple of things I am a little not crazy about. Like I said, some of the pacing is off. It has a lot of background characters.
Mm-hmm.
And it's suffering from the same thing Gurren Lagann did for me, which was you've got all these characters that people they talk about, sure, but they don't do anything.
Yeah.
Now, they might do something more in season 2, I don't know. But like the frog one that everyone, like the frog I saw billions of things. Sue?
Yes.
I think her name is. She's everywhere if you search My Hero Academia. And she does do something at the end, but for most of the show, she's a background character. Like the slug lady, alien pink slug lady with the acid. I want to know what her story is. Yeah, she's cool. I like her. There's also a couple, like a lot of them are very clearly like we did a design and not a character.
Yeah. Well, I think it's more the thing with Hero Academia is they've decided to cut out most of the guff that most shonens go for, so it speeds up the process. So you're going to get underdeveloped background characters, but they're nice to have, and it means that they can do something more with them later on down the line if you want to have something.
And it doesn't feel like it's going to do what every shonen manga and anime does, which is, here's this character, they're incredibly important, and now you'll never see them again.
Yeah.
My god, how many times did that happen in Bleach? That was Bleach, what am I saying?
Yeah.
Also, I don't like Katsuki.
Which one's Katsuki?
Kachan.
Oh, yeah, you're not meant to. He's meant to be like the uber cunt.
No, but I don't like his archetype.
Okay.
I think because his archetype feels really... I get what they're going for, but like if this went on to the whole stretch, I think I would get very annoyed with him very quickly, because he's a bit more developed and a bit more complex than a lot of people in this archetype. Like, he's got layers to him. But the problem is when his default reaction is identical every single time, if this went on to like 100 episodes at some point, because they've confirmed season 3.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think it would be a bit much, I have to admit. I hope he develops. I hope there's some interesting stuff with him. I don't know what happens to him in the manga. Like, I don't know anything about the manga, but like, just wait to see. Surprise victory, though. My god, do I like All Might.
Oh, he's great.
I thought I'd hate him. I'm not kidding. I thought he would be the worst part of this show.
I really like his fight against Gnome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because that's the peak. It's good because it shows the highest level of what fighting can be. It's not like Bleach where it keeps going up and up and up. It's like, that's the peak.
This is the tier you're aiming for, and this is the tier not exactly at its best either.
Yeah. And that with the music going at the same time, you're oh god damn. Ooh.
But he's got this design that I just turned against at first.
Mm-hmm.
The main design. But I really got into him. He is a layered character.
Oh yeah.
Like, very well, like, he's not just one note, I've got my gimmick, but the guy's got a lot going on in his head.
Yeah.
Also, I'm entering a room like a normal person. I've seen so much fan art of Izuku, the main character, like when he's all grown up doing the exact same thing.
Yes.
And I'm enjoying that immensely. But also, one thing really surprised me. He's got a second design. Now, I won't spoil it for people, but there is a second version of All Might who is very different and who I prefer.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they have a lot of really cool camera angles, and it's a design that when you just look at it normal, it's very off-putting, which is the point. But there's a moment in it, in episode 2 or 3, 2 I think, where he's telling the main character something, and there's a sun behind him, and it's just like those proportions and everything else. That's really cool looking.
Yeah.
And I love his eyes.
Yeah.
I love his the tiny green eyes. Just really, really liked All Might. Really surprised by how much. Also, really good cast as well. Lots of very famous voices. But really, this show caught me off guard, I have to admit.
It is surprising, isn't it? Because you go in thinking, oh, here we go. It'll be another one. Then you watch and you go, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I only watched it because I was tired, but I wanted to watch something. And I didn't want to watch something that was going to engage me. And then at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm nearly finished season 1.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But yeah, I also watched the OVAs. Don't bother.
No, okay.
They're completely standalone. They don't add anything. There's a funny bit with All Might
Yeah.
where he keeps apologizing to people. Also zombies. And a snake lady.
I think you'll enjoy season 2. The Stain arc is the best part of season 2, I think. I really like it. Stain's a great villain. He's really interesting as well.
Yeah, so really hoping... Like, I'll probably get into season 2 tonight at some point.
Cool. Be careful. Because
Yep.
4 o'clock tomorrow. Andy, help me.
And what is time? Can I be a hero too? No, you can't.
And then you rock back and forth in your chair with your Andy action figure.
Oh my god, that scene.
Yeah.
There is a scene that is legitimately heartbreaking, and it's very early in the show.
I'm sorry, Mikey. I'm sorry.
Wow.
It's good.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. You weren't supposed to say that.
Nope.
That wasn't. You meant well.
Yeah.
You weren't supposed to say that. Anyway, so that was my week. Andy, what about... Oh, also, I may have spent money.
Ooh, on?
I got Christmas money, and I sold some stuff on eBay.
Oh, wow.
So I had a few hundred around.
Oh, damn. Good for you.
So I may have ordered some stuff off Hobby Search.
Oh, no.
And I may have accidentally stumbled upon an eBay auction for a prop from the one thing I'll buy props from.
Oh, no. Is it a little metal thing?
No, it makes noises, this one.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it from
it may be from that, yes.
Okay.
I won't say until it gets here, which will be a few weeks, but
it would be. I'd love it for you for it to be like a plushie Myri, and you press it and it goes Myri des.
It does have that in it.
Hey!
It's not a plushie Myri, but it does go Myushi.
That's great.
Which is kind of why I hit the auction. Like I had to I'll go to this much and I'll just leave it at that, and then auction's really over. Oh, someone bid it up. Ah, well. I could afford an extra couple of euros.
Here is a
20
bin
euros later.
Here is a fire. Hello, money. Goodbye, money. Oh.
Yeah, there was a Sarah Anderson comic like that. Just like at Christmas. Happy, cut to a corner and everything's on fire. But yeah, so purchases have been made. Vulcan's on his way. He'll be here next week, I think.
Oh, very good.
So that's all done. But yeah, Christmas actually ended up with some Christmas money. So that could have been spent sensibly on food and electricity and things. But nope, it's spent on things. Anyway, Andy, what about your week?
I saw people this week, so that was fun. I hung out with a buddy and we watched a few Christmas things, and had a walk around Durham in the freezing cold, which was quite nice because I adapted quite quickly to it and it became quite a pleasant experience. I also watched some Christmas movies. I watched Trading Places. Jamie Lee Curtis. She's a very good actress in that movie. Very, very top tier. Got an Oscar for that. Got an Oscar for that role. Very good. Well done, Jamie Lee Curtis.
For anyone who hasn't seen that movie, you may be interpreting his words quite literally. He does not mean them in the literal sense.
I don't.
He means them in a very different sense.
It's not a very good movie, though, Trading Places.
I like it. It's a guilty pleasure kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like Eddie Murphy goes from being a homeless man on the streets to learning how stocks and trades work very quickly. Like, real quickly. And I'm pretty sure, maybe it is really easy. Maybe he just has an aptitude for it, but goddamn, he picks it up quick. And oh dear, Mikey, black-facing Dan Aykroyd. Really, in 2017, that don't look good. And when I say blackface in Dan Aykroyd, I mean Dan Aykroyd literally smeared some black makeup on his face, and he pretends to be Jamaican. And, you know, in 1983, it was still probably a little bit, but not quite as much in this day and age of political correctness of 2017, where you go, oh no, Dan Aykroyd! Oh no!
Save him!
And a man gets raped by a gorilla, so...
Yes, no one talks about that.
No, they don't. No, they don't. A man who's clearly in a gorilla costume, who, okay, the two people who are high and drunk on the train, fair enough, they wouldn't notice. But then he gets transferred to a boat. And a lot of sailors look at him and say, oh, that's the female gorilla. And it's like, it's clearly a man in a suit. Do you know him and just, like, fuck that guy? Or, like, what? What happened? What? I know it's a joke and you're not meant to think about it too much, but I couldn't help it. I was like, after Blackface Dan Aykroyd, I was like, I gotta start questioning things so I don't feel bad. So that was something I did. I got some paint thinner and thinned the paint and took the Tamiya paint off my spare dangerous zombie head. I got some Vallejo black paint. I just bought one tub of it, because apparently that's the top tier stuff that the Japanese crazy people use who customize their figures, so I'm going to try out that at some point. I was waiting to get the paint thinner so I could try it, otherwise it wouldn't have been any good. But I'm hoping Vallejo will give me that edge that I need. Once I've got the right paint, I can apply it to the figures and then make my Sodos powerful, living gods. Or better looking figures, at the very least. I watched Build episode 14.
Oh, I watched 15.
Yes, today you watched it. How was it today? Because I really liked episode 14, even though it was exposition-y.
I would say it's one of the weaker one.
Okay. Well, after the high we've just had, I'm okay with that. Because I really liked episode 14. I thought it was great. Sparkling, yeah, works better as a toy. It looks, like you said, quite awkward. But man, I noticed it a few episodes ago. Stark seems to use CG versions of Oja's snake from Ryuki. Yep. Like, it's the exact same CG model. And I'm like, I don't know why. I know why I think it's cool, because it's Oja, and I like that reference. I have no idea why he has the exact same Cobra, apart from it's a good design.
Yeah, and saved money.
Yeah, probably. Probably had that stored on a computer somewhere. Did I get up to anything else? Yes, I've found and will be buying at some point soon a Humble Bundle, using Patreon money. Specifically because it's going to be the, when I get to it, is this the right one? Yes, the Discovery Creative Freedom set for Vegas Pro.
Ah, right.
I'm going to go in and get the full £14 one, which gets me Vegas Pro 14, which is retail price at £400 or dollars.
Right.
It also has some Magix FX vintage effects, so that's something. Web designer nonsense, which I don't give a fuck about, because fuck web design. That's a pain in the ass. Sound cleaning lab. I have no idea if that's any good or not.
Could be excellent.
It could be, or it could be trash. I'm leaving the best one to last because Vegas isn't the best one. There's a photo and graphics design thing, a photo story, which sounds like bollocks basically to me, but there you go. A sound pool Stranger Things synths, so that's something. Music Maker 80s edition, another photo manager, which sounds like more bullshit. But most importantly, Mikey, sorry, this is a thing people do. Most importantly, Mikey, they have Music Maker Hip Hop Beat Producer. Hip Hop Beat Producer. I can produce my own hop. That is hip. Oh, Mikey, what a world we could potentially, but maybe not live in, where I make hip-hop music for this podcast, and people ask me to stop, and the Patreon option will be pay Andy to stop making hip-hop. That will be the $1 level. Pay money to make Andy not hip-hop no more.
No, that's the $40 level.
Please, it's for yourself. Not for us. For you.
Also, thank you, Patreon, for not fucking up as much as you were going to fuck up.
Yes, luckily they sorted themselves out. I was going to bring it up on this week's show, but they sorted it out. They had increased the money to the donors. Yes, Charles.
What was it? It was you had to pay the Patreon thing.
Yep.
Which would have money taken out of it before it hit the patrons. Or the guys who set up the account or whatever. And then you also had to pay an extra tax thing on top.
Yeah. Or
so I think
like
it was like a $1 thing jumped to $2.30.
Something stupid. It was dumb. But luckily they were one of the few companies, and I'm kind of surprised that they did it, and they went, oh, maybe we won't do that. And they aren't. So that's good. So we
Not
don't
only
need to
that, their
address it.
message was, yeah, we're sorry. We didn't think this through. We're not going to do it.
Yeah. It's not like EA, which just feels like you're the smarmiest piece of shit company. It feels like maybe they kind of mean it, rather than just being a big old scumbag company like EA that suck balls.
Suck balls.
Suck balls. Have I done anything else of significance? I've been considering picking up Tekken 7 as well, because I think it looks pretty neat, and I want to, as I mentioned earlier, play as Geese, because he's cool. Did I do anything else of significance? I think that's all of the main interesting points. Oh, I've been watching Drive as well. I jumped back on that. I jumped on where it was a few episodes, I think, after. I've missed a few episodes that I haven't seen. I jumped on where Chase was damaged and was in the hospital and being looked after and became the new Kamen Rider Chase, which is still a fucking boring design.
Episode 20-something?
23, I think I started at, so I'll probably miss like 2-3 episodes. It's kind of hard to go back from the story-heavy plot from Exade and Bill to here are 2 episodes that slightly progress the plot.
Yes.
It's weird going back to that kind of format, but it's not too bad at the moment. You know the evil police chief. Not the evil police chief, the guy with the fan who has the weird laugh.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I could I see too much of me in him. I could see I would be that guy. Waving my fan around, making the most obnoxious laughs possible, and being like, oh, but you can't transform, can you, Detective-san? It's entertaining so far. It's interesting. The last episode I stopped on last night was Maha has done the most secondary writer thing and has joined the bad guy's side for some reason.
Oh God, this is where it begins.
Well, what begins?
This is where I got pissed.
Okay, because that happened, and I was like, I don't know.
Maha went from kind of engaging to pretty annoying for me after this. It's because I don't feel he ever recovers.
Because the problem is he states how much he hates the Roid Muse and how he'll kill them all. And unless they give a really good explanation as to why he's joined them, then it's going to be really hard for them to buy that. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I've also been looking at more Soto stuff every day, looking to see if they've got more. Because I've got a problem and I've got to tap that vein. So I think that will do us for this week, everybody. Do we have a show next week? No, we have the Christmas show next week, effectively. So we won't be doing a normal standard Moonbase 2, but in all honesty, there probably won't be anything to talk about next week. So we have that Christmas episode. Remember, people, to get your either stories, your written stories, or your audios, if you're Patreon people for both of those, to us, which you can send to us via the email account, which Mikey will give you, or the sites, which I will give you.
Yep.
It needs to be before the 23rd, so we can actually listen to them and then talk about them on the Christmas Eve, as that will be our Christmas show where we talk about Christmas movies and whatnot. Remember, favorite Christmas movie and what you like about it. We've got one so far. We've got one from Mr. Wayne, and I said,
oh, for God's sake!
Yeah. And I said, is that all you wanted to say about it? I was like, oh, yes. I was like, okay, fair enough. There's not much.
Say more, Wayne. Say more. Pretend to be other people. Pretend to be your dog. Pretend to be your girlfriend. I don't care. Just come on, people.
Boom. Yes, please get us those things in quickly, because I want to do a fun show, and it depends on you, the people, and the interactions.
And if you don't, I'm going to start bad-mouthing Die Hard. Not because I want to, but because you deserve it.
And I'll let him. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
So, Mikey, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter as Irish Paleo. You can find me on YouTube as GWolV3. You can find me on WordPress as paleonerd.wordpress.com, helping out over in the old oil house sometimes when I have a free minute. And yeah, and if you want to contact us via email with either Christmas stories or questions or insults or sexual advances or whatever you'd like to send us, it's themoonbase2@gmail.com. So get that in. Andy, what about yourself?
You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr as CCTFW, on YouTube as Cobra Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums. We're on Twitter, we're on iTunes, we're on Facebook, we're on Libsyn. If you search for us on the internet as Moonbase 2, you'll probably find us. We're also on YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. That was something I did and we did. We did the From the Files of Teletran 2. I forgot we did that. I kind of forgot I edited that. But the Patreon have that. And you guys will have the free version of that on Thursday, as usual. So that will be the 21st. And that will be on the YouTube channel as well. And you can find all of my nonsense and woo-woo on the ccbunker.weebly.com. And if you want to support this show, become a Patreon and get in your Christmas story to us, you can head over to patreon.com, because they're not fucking up no more. Which is Moonbase2, patreon.com/Moonbase2, and do $2 each month, and we're all good and golden. So thank you very much, Mr. Mikey, for joining me on this probably stressful month or week, as Christmas rolls in and all things are ablazing and banging around, because that's just how things go.
We're having the decoration moment of, let's put them up, I don't want to help. You do want to help, I don't want to help. It never goes well. Never goes well.
See, that was lucky. My friend Matt, my friend from Durham, who I saw recently, I got mine up earlier, and the reason I did was because he said, "Do you want me to help you put up the Christmas decorations? Because I love doing it." And I went, "Yes, please, please, please," because I'm the only one that does it, and it takes me hours to do it because there's so much to get up on your own. So it's like, yes, you come and you do the work and you help me, and that was glorious. So I'm sorry, Mikey. You've got old people and ponies and a dog.
And she's not helping, not because she can't, but because she won't.
Yeah, sounds about right. Well, thank you everybody for listening, and we will catch you next week for the Christmas edition of the Moonbase 2 podcast, which might be the first time we've done one. There you go.
That's an official one, certainly.
Yeah.
And that's not what sugar-free means.
Isn't it?
No. That's not. You can't have sugar-free sugar. That's not a thing. That's not real.
Sugar des.
You are now leaving Moonbase 2.